but I heard that Mitt Romney made a fairly long speech. And I mean, honestly, I thought I'll just address it quickly because it's irrelevant. Look, Mitt is a failed candidate. He failed. He failed horribly. And I backed Mitt Romney. I backed him. You can see how loyal he is. He was begging for my endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees. He was begging. I was so disappointed in him because he let us down. He let us down. And then Jeb Bush actually convinced Mitt not to run. Can you imagine? Jeb sold him. Jeb, he's a good salesman. See, now that he's out, I'll say Jeb's a good salesman, right? He's a high-energy salesman. But I'll tell you the real reason he chickened out. It wasn't Jeb. It was me. He probably still has a desire, maybe at the convention, to try and get some kind of a thing. Hillary Clinton will destroy him in the election. Mitt is indeed a choke artist. He choked, and he choked like I've never seen anyone choked, other than Rubio when Chris Christie was grilling him. That was one of the great chokes. First of all, you know, he doesn't mention the fact that I built a city on the west side of Manhattan, that I built buildings all over Manhattan. He didn't mention into this that he was talking about a beef. They want to talk about a magazine, and I have a magazine. It goes to all my clubs. They want little tiny thing, you know, wherever you can find Trump University, Trump Initiative. But I will tell you, just so you understand on the school had 98% approval rating. He said about trade, we have to keep trade. Nobody knows more about trade than me. I mean, I made so much more money than Mitt. You know, I have a store that's worth more money than Mitt. You know, Romney talks about taxes, right? Why isn't he doing his taxes? Maybe this. You don't learn anything from, very little do you learn from taxes. And I filed my financials. So when he says, oh, maybe there's something in his tax return, there's nothing. But I get audited every single year. When the audit's finished, I'll release my tax return. He came out, it was very nasty. I mean, I thought he was a better person than that. A guy like Romney, who truly is a lightweight. They said, act presidential tonight. I said, I'll act presidential, but if somebody hits me, I'm going to hit him back harder, right? So when Mitt made the statement, he said, he will ruin free trade. Ruin free trade. If I'm losing $505 billion with China, if I'm losing $58 billion a year with Mexico in terms of deficits, what do I want that kind of trade for anyway? Ruin it. Who needs that kind of trade? Seriously, who needs that kind of trade? Now, Mitt admitted that I'm a much better businessman than him, and I am. I'm a much, much, much better businessman than him. If he would have run, and even if he would have won, it would have been bad. He doesn't have what it takes to be president, that I can tell you. He doesn't have what it takes to be president.